Picture this. A sharp cry echoes through the crisp morning air, slicing through the mist above a glassy lake. You look up, and there it is. Wings spread wide, tips stretched like fingers catching the wind, eyes locked on something far below. In that instant, the world seems to pause. It's not just a bird. It's a symbol, a survivor, a living relic of a time when the land was wilder and skies less crowded. But this is the story of more than just a majestic predator. It is the life journey of the bald eagle, a creature whose history is tangled with ours in ways both beautiful and heartbreaking. Our story begins millions of years ago, long before the first humans ever set foot in North America. The ancestors of the bald eagle evolved from an ancient lineage of raptors that once shared the skies with pterosaurs. Their distant kin were larger, slower, and less precise, but through the ages, evolution honed them into masters of the air. Picture an ice age shoreline, towering glaciers at your back, cold waves crashing at your feet. Above, an eagle glides effortlessly, scanning for fish. Even then, the hooked beak, powerful talons, and keen eyesight were already perfected tools. And what eyesight it is! Bald eagles can spot prey from more than 2 miles away. To put that in perspective, if you could see like them, you could read a street sign from the other side of a football stadium. Not bad for a day's hunt. For thousands of years, they ruled the skies over rivers, lakes, and coasts, playing an essential role in their ecosystem. They were not just hunters, but also cleaners, scavenging carcasses, controlling fish populations, and shaping the balance of life along waterways. Every dive, every catch, every flight was part of the rhythm of nature. Then came us. To the indigenous peoples of North America, the bald eagle was never just a bird. It was a messenger between the earthly and the divine. Its feathers were sacred, used in ceremonies to bless, to heal, to guide. The eagle's fierce spirit became a teacher, a symbol of courage and resilience. When European settlers arrived, they too were struck by the bird's power and beauty, though their fascination often came with unintended consequences. The bald eagle became a national emblem in 1782, chosen for its strength and independence. Ironically, while it soared as a symbol, its real-life numbers began to plummet. By the late 19th century, hunting eagles wasn't just common, it was encouraged. People saw them as competitors for fish or threats to livestock, and bounties were paid for their destruction. Add to that the widespread use of pesticides like DDT in the mid-20th century, which weakened eagle eggshells so badly that they would crack under the weight of the parents trying to incubate them, and you had a crisis. By the early 1960s, the bald eagle-S population in the lower 48 states had dropped to fewer than 500 nesting pairs. A bird that once ruled the skies was on the edge of vanishing forever. But humans, in one of our better plot twists, didn't let that happen. The Endangered Species Act of 1973, the banning of DDT, and dedicated breeding programs pulled the bald eagle back from the brink. Conservationists worked tirelessly, reintroducing eagles to places they'd long disappeared from. And it worked. By 2007, the bald eagle was officially removed from the endangered species list. Today, more than 316,000 individuals soar across North America, a comeback story worthy of any Hollywood script. Yet survival doesn't mean safety. Modern challenges continue to nip at their wings. Habitat loss remains one of the biggest threats. Wetlands drained for development, forests cleared for roads and suburbs. Eagles are highly territorial and need large areas for nesting and hunting, and when those spaces shrink, competition turns fierce. Pollution still creeps in too. Lead poisoning from ingested fishing tackle and bullets can be deadly. In some regions, as much as 25% of dead eagles tested show lethal levels of lead in their system. Climate change adds another layer of uncertainty. Warmer temperatures can shift fish populations, disrupt migration patterns, and increase the frequency of severe storms that destroy nests. In Alaska, melting ice affects the salmon runs eagles depend on, while in the Midwest, Unpredictable weather can wipe out entire breeding seasons. Even diseases like avian influenza are beginning to impact them more frequently, carried along shifting migratory routes. When you think about it, the story of the bald eagle mirrors our own relationship with the natural world. Admiration tangled with exploitation, destruction followed by redemption. We love the idea of the eagle as a symbol of freedom, but the reality is, freedom for wildlife comes with responsibility from us. And here is the part that hits hardest. Their survival isn't just about saving a single species. It's about keeping ecosystems healthy. Lose the eagle, and you lose more than a bird. You lose a keystone player in a complex, beautiful web of life. Of course, nature has its own sense of humor. For all their dignity and symbolism, bald eagles aren't above stealing fish from other birds, squabbling loudly over scraps, or awkwardly crash-landing into trees when the wind catches them off guard. They remind us that even icons have quirks, that majesty doesn't mean perfection. So here's where you come in. Protecting bald eagles means protecting their homes, supporting wetland conservation, advocating for lead-free ammunition and fishing tackle, and fighting for clean waterways. It means backing the scientists, rangers, and volunteers who keep watch over their nesting grounds. And maybe it means seeing them not just as symbols on flags and coins, but as living, breathing neighbors who have flown through storms and centuries to still be here with us. Next time you spot one, whether it's perched high in a pine, riding the wind above a river, or swooping low over the water, remember the journey they've taken. From Ice Age hunters to national emblem, from near extinction to recovery, their story is a testament to resilience, and a reminder that our actions write the next chapter. If this story moved you, don't let it stop here. Hit that like button to spread the word, share this video with someone who loves wildlife, and drop a comment telling us about your own eagle sightings or thoughts on conservation. And of course, subscribe for more journeys into the wild world we all share. Because the skies are wide, the winds are strong, and the bald eagle still soars. But only if we make sure it can keep flying.